funny faces.
Hi, it's Friday.
Dun dun dun.
It's August.
Ooh.
How many phones do you need to check?
21st. 21st.
It's Friday, August 21st. Thanks for tuning in. It's the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show.
Oh, am I sharing? What?
You said give me your phone so I could share.
Yeah.
Right. So you should share.
I'm going to share now.
Friday, August 21st, the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show coming at you live on govsradio.com from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club. Well, that's where govsradio.com is. We're not at the legendary Governor's Comedy Club right now.
We will be soon.
We will be soon. But govsradio.com, you can find the website. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, an app called Boxcast. If you have a smart TV, if you have an Apple TV, you have a Roku Fire Stick, you have all those smart things, you can download an app called Boxcast, and then you'll be able to watch us on your TV. That's all, folks. You'll be able to watch us on your TV. As our good friends Doctors Ken Pichelle and Don Sill say, we on TV! Yay! So it's Friday. Hope everybody's well.
It's doing that not easy sharing thing again. Yesterday I was like blink, 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 blink to share.
Blink,
and
blink,
today
blink, blink.
it's like being all cranky again. Well, you do your thing. I'll do like the copy and paste stuff first.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by Roslyn Social. Located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Hoping everyone is staying safe out there through these tough times. To ease you and your family through, we are open for takeout, curbside pickup, delivery, and on your favorite food service apps. And their rooftop lounge is open. Give us a call, 516-801-4963. That's 516-801-4963. Say hi to Nick. Again, we hope you're all staying safe, and we certainly look forward to serving you in person. Our famous cocktails and desserts are available to go as well. Thank you from Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge. Please check out our to-go curbside menu. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. Two Eagles Auto Body handles foreign and domestic automobiles and motorcycles using such techniques as state-of-the-art paint spray booths and computer color matching. In the event of an accident, Two Eagles Auto Body has their own tow trucks and will walk you through the process from start to finish. From tow through insurance process to return of your vehicle, we are with you. So please call Two Eagles Auto Body at 516-328-2527. That's 516-328-2527, located in New Hyde Park, Long Island. Again, we are Two Eagles Auto Body. Please ask for John. And of course, don't forget your Govs Radio swag at teespring.com. Go to teespring.com where you can order your Govs Radio shirts.
Oh yeah, we actually wore matching shirts today by mistake.
Not by mistake.
Well,
I had my shirt on for like 2 or 3 hours, and you're like, "Oh, look, baby, I got my shirt on too." And what did I say? What did I say to you?
Why are you doing this to us?
Yeah. So go to Govs Radio and get your Govs Radio T-shirts, your hats, your masks,
You're the twinsies.
And get your Govs Radio swag at teespring.com. And if you send us a picture of you with your Govs Radio swag, you'll get yourself a pass to any of the 3 Governors Comedy Clubs once they're reopened. And speaking of which, go to govs.com to see their full schedule of all the clubs and what's happening. Hopefully the clubs will be open again soon. So go to govs.com to get on their mailing list now. So that way you're ready and you're good to go when the place opens up. Go to govsradio.com as well and say hi to us. And don't forget, again, your Govs Radio swag and your shirts. I got my Pasusu shirt on.
Oh, you do. You gotta go a little bit further. Nice.
And there you go. Are you ready?
Almost. Actually, on my phone, it gave me the share option, so you can
Oh,
take
all right.
that.
So you do that,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
say hi to whoever's here while you're doing that. Greg DiFilippo, Andy Plajanos, Patricia Casella. Speaking of Don and Ken, just finished a Pazuzu commercial. Ken and I, mainly Ken, did the music for, and I appear in. I'm going to disagree with you, Andy. You worked your ass off on it because we saw it, and it's fantastic. And you want to see a cool video featuring Ken Pichelle music? Ken Pichelle rocking out on this one. It was actually really cool to see and hear. You want to see a cool video with some rocking Ken Pichelle music with Andy Plajanos appearing in the video? Tune in to Pazuzu tomorrow night. Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up with Don Sill and Benny Rizzuti tomorrow night at 7. And, of course, featuring Andy Plajanos. I'm sure Jeff Bosey's going to be there as well. Hello, Joan Krupi Asher. Hello, Connie Crescenzi Sarica. Happy Friday. Thank you, Joan. So Sallie was topless all morning. She should be. She should be topless all the time.
Although I will say, there's a lot of like no bra wearing since
Woohoo!
COVID. Yeah, I think like a lot of people just don't even wear bras anymore. Like, what's the freaking point?
Yeah, what's the point?
We're back to the '60s now.
Yeah. They're God-given gifts.
Well, they're hanging down to my knees, but
No, they're
so
not.
what, people? Big deal.
They're smacking me in the
I
face when she
shared
walks.
to like Brian's group because I thought
No.
you might want to talk about him. I'm gonna go and delete that right
Yeah,
now.
I think you should. Thank you. Yeah, because
Oh, and I shared a moon flower because we're gonna like see them on Saturday.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got yelled at the last time we shared it to Brian.
Oh.
But yeah, we're gonna go see Moonflower. Zestos, who watches us regularly, and Moonflower, who's been on our show a few times. We're gonna go see them tomorrow. They're playing. They're playing a private party that we've been invited to. So that'll be fun. It's outdoors, so we're obeying all the rules and regulations
Yeah, it's
and
a
all
small
this stuff.
little thing where you have to bring all your own food and sit in your own chairs and don't sneeze on anyone.
Yeah, and so speaking of which, that's what we'll start our show off with today.
Are you ranting again?
Maybe a little.
He's ranting again. It's Friday. You can't rant on. Although I have a rant. I don't have a rant. I have a question. So you do your almost rant, and then I'll do my question.
So I saw. Hey, Joe Staz is watching. Hello, Joe Staz. I did see an article yesterday that talks about what we were talking about yesterday, how the comedy clubs and nightclubs have taken yet another hit with this weird ruling that you can't have an event where tickets are sold, and you can't have cover charges. And there was an article. Andy Plagano stopped wearing his bra. This article mentions governors and says even the patio's been shut down, and they have a quote from one of the owners who, said, this really stinks. That we had, we were obeying all the rules
Yeah, absolutely obeying.
and had to even shut down the patio. And they had, a lot of great comics booked. Tim Dillon, our own Anthony Rodia. And I guess I haven't received official word, but I'm assuming my appearance there this coming Wednesday is canceled. I'm assuming.
I don't know yet.
So it really stinks.
I was gonna wait till like Tuesday to like ask.
Okay. And they even talked to Mike Keegan. Mike Keegan was mentioned in this article. And it's just a shame. All these comedians, they've been out of work for months. They finally get a handful of places that were trying to do the right thing, and even that gets shut down. But we wanted to thank Nassau County Executive Laura Curran. She wrote a letter to Governor Cuomo on behalf of governors. She actually toured governors. She met with the owners. She saw what they were doing, to keep everything safe and clean. So she wrote a letter to Governor Cuomo, specifically on governor's behalf, asking him to reconsider this latest nonsensical ruling that certain places like governors can't open yet.
Yeah, I thought it was just for like, restaurants that are hiring comics or musicians, but it's specifically about governors and how great of a job that they do. And it is true, because we've been out to eat a couple of times at a couple of different restaurants, and like probably 3 restaurants that we're used to going to that they're doing the best they can, but they're nothing like Governor's as far as like even like individual, you know, ketchup containers and individual salt and pepper and everything gets like thrown away. Like you're not sharing anyone's stuff. Like Governor's just they've really like got it down.
Hello, Janet Maynard. Hello, Patricia Cristillo Barr. Hello, Lauren DeJesus. Hope everybody's well. Thanks for tuning in with us today. We hope to get back into the studio soon.
My physics teacher in high school's first name was Maynard Munch. I always thought that was funny. He was this cute old man, Maynard Munch. That's all I had.
So we,
Sorry, my knee keeps like.
you're shaking like crazy over here. I don't know what's going
Sorry.
So we'd like to thank Laura Kern for writing that letter on Governor's behalf and hoping that we get the club open. And speaking of Laura Kern, Nassau County Executive Laura Kern announced that Nassau Live Center will take over as the new tenant, replacing Nassau Event Center at the Nassau Coliseum, or what used to be called Nassau Coliseum, NYCB Theater, or whatever it's called. So the Nassau Coliseum is not shutting down after all. So there's some good news, some more good news here in New York, in Nassau County today. If you're not in this area, if you're not in
people
Nassau,
don't know.
if you're not in this area where we are in Nassau County, Nassau Coliseum is an arena. It holds, I don't know, around probably 20,000.
Really that much?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
The New York Islanders, it was their home for many, many years. They're still there sometimes. Was it the Knicks, I believe, played there for a time? And then, of course, you have, you know, the endless concerts that have come through. Billy Joel's played there, you know, millions of times. Bruce Springsteen, U2. In fact, U2, Springsteen, Billy Joel, I think even McCartney, they've released live music that was, you know, recorded there.
Oh, because it sounds so good there.
Yeah.
That's great. That's cool.
So it's just an iconic arena.
Yeah, they fixed it up like not that long ago, and then all of a sudden.
They fixed it up. They closed in 2015 for renovations. They opened about 2 years later, and then closed during the pandemic, putting a lot of people out of work, heavily hitting this area's finances. So we're excited to see it coming back. And this Nassau Live Center group that is going to take it over, they're going to actually repay the county the $2.2 million that was owed in rent. So that's another boost to this area's economy.
Yeah, that's nice.
As part of the agreement with Nassau Live, all the existing contracts with the Coliseum's operator, the Islanders and the New Long Island Nets, that's like a minor league basketball team for the Nets, will remain in place. So that's good. Well, you know, so the Islanders, they have a new home that's still being built, so they were going to play some more games at the Coliseum. Once large sports and entertainment venues are allowed to reopen in New York, events can resume at the Coliseum. Because of the pandemic and its possibility of severely affecting the operation of the Coliseum, the county has granted Nassau Live a 60-day standstill period with a possible 30-day extension to more fully present to the county its plan for sustained Coliseum operations and a request for an adjustment of the rent payable under the lease. During this period, the county has agreed not to issue any notices of default for non-payment of rent. See, that's how you do it during this pandemic. This is exactly what we've been talking about, right? Freeze, put a stop to stuff, have a little empathy, and let's just sit it out and wait it out, and we'll be all right. That's what I've been saying. So thank you, Laura Curran, for doing something right in this county. Jack Scala is watching. Hello, Captain Jack. I hate to say it, but congratulations to the Islanders on advancing to the next level. Die-hard Ranger fan, Joe Staz, kind of hard to wish the Islanders a good game. Florin Stanku is watching. Hello, Florin. Florin Stanku. Yeah, congratulations to the Islanders making it to the next round. So it's a very exciting time around here. Congratulations to our pal Eric Shevlin. He's a huge Islander fan. Rich Rada is. Tom Galati is. So, and everybody is. Andy Plajanos,
Not everyone.
almost everyone. Anthony DiDomenico. So yeah, so that's good news too. The Islanders are kicking butt. And the local politicians are trying to help us out here. You're just dying to say something. Go ahead.
No, you
I can
just
see
on
it.
a roll. You got paragraphs there, just like going.
Go ahead.
Good.
I know. No, I know you have stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
what are people
right.
doing with their kids for school? Like, that's kind of what I want to know. Like, and you know, like we do, like the trivia where people write in their answer. Can you guys just write in your answer what you're doing with your high schoolers or elementary school? What are you doing with your kids that go to, you know, public school or whatever? I just kind of want to know. Like, I have to make a decision, and not that I'm going to base my decision off of you yahoos, but I'm just I'm saying I just kind of want to know like what the feel is, and even if people are, maybe there's some watchers that are
Well, you gotta
from
explain.
the south. I'm gonna like they're, you know, even if there's some parents from the south that already went through this, where because you guys, you know, your school's open earlier. I have to make a decision by Monday, and the choice is just remote learning from home, like they did in March, like everything closed down. You did all your stuff off of your Chromebook with your teachers, or they also have a hybrid choice where it's 5 days a week, but it's every other day, and based on, you know, the first letter of your last name, you know, A through L or whatever, we'll like, for example, start Monday, and then they'll go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then it'll just alternate throughout. And so there'll be like a lot less kids in the classroom. A lot of things are kind of shut down, like no after school stuff. And this remote learning thing, like if you pick remote, it's until November 8th. Like that's the end of the remote learning, and then they're gonna re-look at it. And so you have until that time, but once school starts, like once I make a decision on Monday, it can't change. Like you can't be like, oh no, I want to pull my kid out and do remote learning. Like it has to be like you have to stick to it, make a choice and stick to it until November 8th. And so I'm just like wondering, like I'm going back and forth. Like at first I was like, oh, just keep them home and let them like remote and wait till this whole thing gets over. But there are kind of like good things about. There are bad things about remote learning. I guess for those of you kind of had to watch your high school or middle schooler go through this in March. In March, it was really kind of sketchy. Like people, it was like just a couple of hours a day, and most times the teacher couldn't figure out how to do the Zoom. Or like I remember one time Kevin was sitting at the table, and for 40 minutes he watched his teacher not know that she had Zoom on mute. And no matter who wrote in and said, we cannot hear you, she was like, la, 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 la. And then like the next day, she was like, yeah, the whole thing was muted, sorry. So it was really kind of...
Well, no, they could it wasn't muted because they could hear her, and they were trying, oh, the video wasn't working. She was trying to show them something. Because she was, like you said...
That was even like another day.
Because they were trying to tell her it wasn't on, but she was just going on and on.
Every day was something. So, and it was only like a couple hours a day. So Kevin was actually thinking, you know, I'll just stay home. If it's like March, I'll do like my 2 hours of Zoom and be done for the day. But it's not going to be like that. It's going to be like the full school day. So I can't imagine like Zooming school for 6 hours. Like he'll actually be sitting there 5 days a week, staring at his Chromebook, trying to learn chemistry, you know, or whatever the heck he's taking for 6 hours a day, 5 days a week. Like that's a little rough. Like I just think psychologically it's like just a little rough for a 16-year-old, you know? So
I agree.
So I don't know. Like, is it the every other day thing? They talk about all the cleaning programs that are going to take place. Whether it's whether that's going to work or not. I mean, obviously they're really into it. But like I was saying to Tony this morning, like who's doing the cleaning? You know, like and this sounds mean, but every elementary school or middle school or high school that I've ever seen, there's been just like 2 janitors that kind of walk around, and I don't know, is that all that's going to be responsible for making sure the COVID germ isn't on a locker? So I'm nervous, but at the same time, I'm like uncomfortable with him zooming 6 hours a day at a table.
Well, things like lockers aren't allowed to be. They're not letting them use it, right?
I know the gym locker is closed down. I don't know if the regular lockers are closed
Oh,
down.
I thought I heard
He doesn't
that.
use his locker anyway.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, he just carries all his stuff. He's done that before COVID. There's so few minutes in between classes that he has absolutely no time ever to go to his locker and make his class. So he just carries all his shit with him.
Hello, Ernest Marcusella. Hello, Pete Mangiafrida.
But I'm wondering what you're doing. Like, what are you doing with your kids? When do your kids start? Like, they already.
Well, what have your districts decided to do? You know, this plan is not statewide or island wide.
Yeah,
This is
it's
just what your district
yeah,
is
it's just
choosing
my
to do.
district.
So each district has their own plan. So what is your district doing? Or even if you're not in New York, you know, what is your school? If you're not in New York, like Dr. Kent Pichelle or a lot of our faithful friends here, you know, a lot of you guys are out of state, and a lot of you guys have kids that have already gone back to school.
And Ken has like high schoolers. I mean, college kids. I don't think he even has high schoolers anymore. But like, who has high schoolers that like? And what choice are you gonna make? Like, obviously, if it was elementary school, I don't know. I think I'd have a harder time with sending them back to elementary school because they're all bags of germs.
Bags of germs.
But-
Hello, my little bag of germs.
But Kevin, like, all right, if Sam had to go back into high school, I think I'd have a harder time because he catches everything. Like Sam was like a pound when he was born.
STDs. You name it, he catches it.
Yeah, he catches everything. So like Tony even said yesterday, he's like, yeah, he'd be the guy that would get like, you know, COVID twice. Like he catches there was a time when Sam was in middle school or like sixth grade, that his doctor just thought he had a whole bunch of allergies, and then when he was finally tested, he has no allergies. He just gets cold after cold after cold.
All right, here we go. All right, first off, hello, Captain Jack. Hello, Edward D. Alicio and Rory Walsh. All right, Andy Plajanos.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
be curious what he's doing.
Andy
These little
Plajan-
sweet girls.
Second and third graders here. They are going back full time, including before care. We are introducing more mask wearing progressively leading up to going back. In January, you can go to remote. Remote cannot change to in person. My wife and I believe we will end up shut down at some point. We will burn that bridge when we cross it. We stress to our girls that this is all new, and they can let us, the adult, we stress to our girls that this is all new, and they can stress to any adults and let them know if they're having a hard time. We are treating it all as a big adventure. Lou Prats is watching. Lou, I don't know if you saw us yesterday. I thanked you for the mask on our show yesterday. It was really nice. I actually showed the masks to everybody. Such a nice thing. Thank you, Lou. Hope you're well, pal.
Lou, you made Tony's mommy cry. She was all verklempt.
It's not hard to do. It was probably tears of joy. Like, oh, thank God he's covering that face.
I've been trying to cover that face since I've seen it. Yeah, but I just like another problem with like Kevin is I just thought Kevin would not even want to go because Kevin is like, oh, I'll just get my work done really quick and not go back to school. But I asked him. He said, what do you want to do? So I said, I actually, before I tell you how I feel, I want to know how you feel. Like, what do you want to do? And he said he's been thinking about it all day, and he really wants to go back. So now I have to like really kind of decide. Like it would have been an easy decision if he was like, yeah, I'll just like stay home.
Yeah, you're with Andy. You're thinking the schools aren't going to last long because somebody's going to get infected and shut it all down.
Absolutely. I think within that, but that's what I want to know. Like, how's it going in the South? Because they already went through this last month. Like, how's it going there? Because I kind of anticipate, you know, school's already delayed a week, so they don't start back till September 8th. And then I just anticipate 3 weeks in, 3 teachers getting it, 18 kids getting it, do the math, you know, and then they're going to shut it down. So,
Like the Florida Marlins, half the team got it. Or like the Mets, right? Was it one player, one coach or something? And now they were shut down last night. They're shut down tonight.
and the Mets, did you ever find out who? I tried to Google who the Mets guy was.
No,
I'm just blaming Cespedes because he fucks everything up.
but he left.
Wow. Who else would it be? Take a guess. Who do you think got it?
What are you suggesting that only like
Only
the
annoying-
derelicts get it, like the worst behaved
Only
student?
players that annoy me will get it. Wilma already left, so it's not him.
And Wilmer didn't annoy you. You loved that clown.
You know, he did annoy me. He annoyed me a lot because he wouldn't stand up straight and hit the ball. He's like, no, chewing his gum. No. Oh, I guess I should hit the ball. Like, pay attention.
You deserve
Pay attention, Wilma.
COVID, Wilmer.
I felt bad when he cried.
Mike Scuderi is watching. Lou Pratt.
Oh, ask Mike. Mike's.
No, that's not
It's
Mike.
a different one?
That's not Mike Scudero. Engineer at Govs Radio. That's Mike Scuderi.
Oh, okay.
See, look, look at the face. It's a different person.
Different face.
Well, you know what? Double check. Maybe it is the same, and he has a different face for his profile.
And name? No. Yeah, so I don't know what everyone's doing, but I have to make a decision by Monday, and I don't freaking know what to do. And I don't want to make the wrong choice. I don't want to, like, send him in, and then, retrospectively thinking, wow, that was dumb. And then I don't want to be all extra alarmed and not let him get out of the house, because I think he's going a little nutty. You know, he loves his, like, Mandarin teacher. He loves his,
Geek.
nerdy friends.
Nerd.
He loves his Like, they can't be doing orchestra.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's naive of me, but I'm hoping that. I mean, our numbers here in New York just continue to get better. No matter what's opened up, the numbers still get better. So I'm hoping it just continues, and I'm hopeful that it's the same way in schools. Andy Plajanos' older daughter wanted to go back. Then she didn't. Then when we explained how social distancing worked, and that there would be plexiglass up so the kids wouldn't be able to really talk to her, now she can't wait to go back. You know what? Here's one thing that I don't know if Kevin has thought about. Kevin's going to hate wearing the mask all day.
You think?
He complains. He's been out of the house, I think, for a total of an hour and a half since March.
Well, there's no reason to, like, put him out there.
And when he does go out, he's complained about the mask. He hasn't been out for, I think, more than 20 minutes at a pop. And he's complained how the mask sucks because he's a spoiled little bitch. So after I'm done smacking him, then I just explain to him, hey, the mask, that's not so bad, what other people have had to do in their life, pal. But yeah, he hates wearing the mask. So to wear it for what, 6 hours a day? At least, he's not going to do that.
Well, Sam said it really depends on the mask.
Call him right now. Call Kevin right now and ask him, have you considered that you have to wear the mask all day? And see what he says.
But if he's a soft, nice mask.
A soft, nice what?
Mask.
Oh, mask.
You really want me to call him?
Yeah.
He's going to hate me.
He's 16.
I'm not doing it. He's just going to yell at me.
Well, look at her, all scared of her kid.
He doesn't even like me to take a picture of him and put it on Facebook, so he gave me a talk one day. Maybe we should just send him to school.
Yeah, I just want to get rid of them all. My daughter's going back to her rehab on September 8th. Get out!
Go learn something.
She's been sitting around. They've been doing the virtual, but I will tell you, I do agree, the virtual sucks, man. You got to sit there like we are now, in front of a camera. My daughter was doing it for 5-6 hours a day in front of a camera. Who wants to do that? And then you can't move.
You can't put up a picture of like a dog or something in your place. It has to be you.
That's a good idea.
Why don't you just do
We should
that?
just take a picture of her smiling,
Yeah.
And then just she can walk around all day while the picture's sitting
Or we'll
there.
hang it from the ceiling and then it'll shake so it'll look like it's actually her moving. I would do that. Like videotape her for that's what we should do.
Videotape.
Like, we'll videotape her for like
Right. Videotape.
And she'll do this and then we'll just do it on replay.
That's how old we are. We still call it videotape. Andy Blajanos has to go. All
Bye,
right.
Andy.
Have a good weekend, pal. See you tomorrow on Pasusu. I heard that New York is laying off EMT and EMS workers. If that's true and the numbers are dropping, why the layoff? I haven't heard that. That's the first I'm hearing of that one.
Me either.
I haven't heard that at all.
I think he's watching Fox News.
All right. All right. So if you want, keep coming in with the comments. We enjoy the comments. It's our only way of interacting with you until our studio is renovated. So please. And as we're doing the show today, if you have more on that, tell us what your school district's doing. Tell us what you're doing as far as your kids going back. We'd love to hear it. And while you're at it, if you wouldn't mind continuing to like and share and all that good stuff with our show today.
Yeah, especially today because I had a share, so it didn't work out all that well.
We really appreciate the help. But that goes for all of Gov's radio shows. We appreciate any help that we can get as far as promoting our shows. We're trying hard to build up the station and turn it into something special. We're hoping to raise money. That's one of the reasons we started Teespring. We started selling our merchandise on Teespring because we're hoping to raise some money. The money that you have spent on merchandise is going towards renovating the studio. But we want to be able to bring you, the best possible quality shows, best, great content. We're hoping to get even better comedians that are coming through the governor's clubs and get them to appear on our shows. We're working hard to make great things happen. Hello, Andrew Fremder. So if if you can like and share and spread the word, that would be great. We appreciate it very much. Okay. So it stinks that the comedy clubs are, Governor's is closed. But August 29th, if you're free and you want to see some live entertainment, Governor's is closed, so we'll send you elsewhere. Our good friend, who's been on our show a couple of times, David Clark, he's doing a show in a town called Port Washington, which is it's northwest of where we are right now in Hicksville. It's close to New York City. David, as you guys may know, he performs with former members of Billy Joel's band. They're called the Lords of 52nd Street. These are the guys that played on all the hits, all the songs of Billy Joel's that you know and love. Billy Joel, David Clark fills Billy Joel's seat. He plays piano, he sings, and they sing all the great Billy Joel tunes. And he also has, on the side, his own Billy Joel tribute band. They're called Songs in the Attic. Good friend of ours, great guy, funny guy. He performs a lot of great music, has a wedding band called Renegades. Performing August 29th at 7 p.m. With his Songs in the Attic band. It's a free event at the Landmarks Main Street Theater parking lot. You do have to get tickets, but it's free. Tickets will be available on Monday. On Monday. If you're a member of the Landmark Theater in Port Washington, it's a nice little theater. A lot of cool people play there. If you're a member there, you can get tickets this weekend, but it's open to the public starting Monday. They're only giving out 2 tickets per order. And of course you'll, wow. The capacity is limited to only 40 people. Masks are required.
40 people?
40 people, that's it.
40 people?
In compliance with New York State's restrictions, event capacity is limited to 40 persons and masks are required.
There's like 10 people in the band and there's 40 people?
More people on stage than in the audience. Let's have David come to the parking lot next door to Governor's. There you go. Well, it's a nice intimate show anyway. But that's August 29th at 7 p.m. if you'd like to go check out David. He's actually playing tomorrow night in Point Lookout, which is like Port Washington, where he's playing on the 29th, is directly north of us. North is that way. Directly north of us, northwest of us. Now, Point Lookout, he's playing there tomorrow night. That's directly south of us. Right there on the south shore of Long Island, playing right there on the water. Point Lookout's a nice little town. It's like one way in, one way out. It's right there on the water, on the ocean.
Yeah, it's a cute little town.
He's playing there. There's in Point Lookout Park. So that's tomorrow night. So go check him out. He's great. His band is great, full of good people. Let's see.
We have Ernest from Boston. He said that they were given 3 choices for
All right.
school. The first one is 2 days of school, like Monday and Wednesday, and the other days would be remote. Yep, that's our choice 1. And second, school Tuesday and Thursday might be also on Friday. Third, all remote. Yeah, so that's pretty much like us. Like, you get to go like a few days a week, and then it rotates, and it's like every other day, and then the other days you're at home doing remote, or just all remote. That's kind of like us too.
Hello, Debbie Mara. Hello, Ignazio. Thank you guys for checking us out today. Appreciate it. Appreciate the comments too, and the shares and all that stuff. We appreciate it very much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually, like, it sounds, I know you're gonna, like, make fun of me with my Massachusetts thing, but I lived in Massachusetts for, like, 10 or so years, and, the school districts there, they really kind of, they do a nice job, so if they're doing the same thing as we are here, I feel better.
Right. All right. Yeah, good to know you're so worried about Massachusetts. Are you saying that they don't do a good job here?
I'm saying that they do, like, a little bit better job, and that's just not me.
You just said that what they're doing in Massachusetts is the same thing that your school
Right,
district
so it makes me feel good. So it makes me feel good that, like,
Oh, so-
like, yeah, I know you're gonna be
we're up on
mad,
Massachusetts
and you're gonna-
standards.
I know you're gonna be all mad, and don't bring up Tom Brady because I don't like him either. But
Yeah, now you don't like him because he left.
because he left.
Yeah, see, we knew, us smart New Yorkers, we knew what a piece of crap he was.
I never liked him, ever. But, like, really, Massachusetts schools are rated higher than New York schools. Sorry, they are. They are. It's not me. It's not what I'm.
All of
saying.
Massachusetts as a whole?
For the most part, yeah, they're great. In fact, there's like 3 other schools before New York on the list of, you know,
But what list is this exactly?
the greatest schools in the world in America.
The greatest schools in the world in America.
In America.
That shows you
That's
right
the
there that you
school.
should go back to school.
I don't know what it is, but it's school ratings, like how, and they bring out like a whole bunch of different things into the.
Go ahead, Google it right now.
I haven't looked it up.
Top schools of the nation. Go ahead, look it up. I'll bet you a quarter. You'll see a New York school before a Massachusetts school.
He lost a quarter yesterday, by the way. He loses all the time.
How did I lose a quarter yesterday?
The bitter end thing.
Oh yeah, I was talking about how the bitter end, another great club, legendary club in New York
Really
City,
great club.
may be shutting down due to the corona pandemic and the financial troubles. I kept calling it the bottom line, and I bet Sallie a quarter.
He's like, it's the bottom line. I'm like, it isn't. He's like, it is. I'm like, it isn't. So I was like, I bet when I know I'm right.
Fine, go ahead. Google it right now. Top high schools in the nation. I'll bet you a quarter you'll find a New York school before a Massachusetts school.
Oh, you mean individual schools? I'm talking about states.
I understand that. All right, fine. You want to do it by state? Go ahead, look it up.
And you think New York State ranks higher than Massachusetts in schools?
All right. If you do
Be rich.
if you do individual schools, yes, I'm going to say you'll find a New York school first.
Because there's.
If you do states as a whole, I'm going to say that New York and Massachusetts are just very close as far as where they rank in the numbers, like whatever the numbers are.
I mean, I used to look. I'm not looking to be like, ooh, how can I say Massachusetts is better than New York?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
But the.
You haven't lived there in 6 years,
But
damn
the
it.
only reason I was looking initially is because I was moving all over America, and I have to when I had to move, I used to, have to move a lot.
You spent a total of how many years in Massachusetts? 10?
Yeah, maybe 10.
Right. So before that, you did 18 here in New York. Actually,
yeah, but as
more
a
than
child,
that. So what?
not as a parent.
So what?
Not as a parent.
We're not talking. I'm just talking in general.
And in California, I was
And
there a lot longer.
How long were you in California?
God, like 13 years? I
13
think?
years. It still doesn't beat New York. You were in Colorado how long?
4.
4 years. And
3.
there's
But I wasn't a parent then.
and
Like,
there was some time on Mars too. But tally it all up. You're still in New York the longest between your
what
first
does that have
18
to
and 19
do with
years.
anything? What does that
You're a
have to
New
do
Yorker.
with...
That's my point. I love Tom Brady. I love the schools. Everything we talk about is compared to Massachusetts.
Well, come on. Like the Patriots compared to the Giants or the Jets? Like, come on.
The Boston Red Sox versus the Yankees.
Well, I don't really follow the Yankees really either. But
You talk about Big Papi almost as much as you talk about Mark White.
Well, you know,
They may as well be missing a limb.
the Red
Yeah,
Sox
look, you see, she got all flustered. Pop.
Yeah, that's what I just did.
Yeah, did you see it? I saw it.
The Red Sox compared to the Mets. Like, I'll follow the Mets. I'm really
I
happy
said the
about
Yankees.
The Mets. I know, but
Sure,
I don't
yeah,
follow
right.
the Yankees.
To sway your argument now, you're going to
I
go
don't
to the
follow
loser
the
team.
Yankees. I don't follow the Yankees.
Oh, and that's the problem now, isn't it? Because you're following the Red Sox.
I don't follow the Red Sox. But the teams here are a little...
Name 3 Red Sox from when you lived there. You already talked about Big Papi, so that's one. Name 2 more.
The
From what-
guy who the Yankees cut his hair. Who's he? Damon?
Johnny Damon.
Let me think who else. Some guy that's still actually on it, starts with a P.
Pedroia.
Yep, uh-huh. See, and that's just
Right,
it.
now name
Like,
Yankees. Name Yankees. Or, yeah, name Yankees.
I have no idea. I
Exactly.
don't even know where they play. All I know is every time someone says, Tony, you want to go to a Yankee game? You're like, I'm not driving there. So it's got to be like somewhere bad. No, absolutely not. Where do they play?
New York.
Yankees.
Yankee Stadium. In the Bronx.
In the Bronx? Like, I don't know.
What'd you say?
In the Bronx?
In the Bronx.
Quit picking on me.
I
I'm
no.
sick of it. It's going to be a really long weekend.
Think of it. Well, the people in Massachusetts don't pick on me.
All I'm saying is, when I had to move, I had to look at school districts to see where I wanted to move because I didn't want stupid children. So I had to really look into it. And when I looked into it, New York was fine, but Massachusetts was better. It was better by a few states.
New York is cooler. That's all you need to know.
I will tell you that the kids really like Long Island schools better.
Yeah.
He's such an idiot. He's such an idiot. However, when Sam moved here, because you can't really tell by Kevin, because Kevin was, in 3rd grade.
He's so smart from his Massachusetts education.
Well, when Sam came to New York, he pretty much just got to skate for an entire year. Like, Massachusetts was probably ahead about a year as far as, like, he's like, we did this, like, last year. Yeah. So he got to, like sleep in a lot.
Ernest says, no making fun of anyone. Doesn't matter where you are, we all as people need to share the information with each other that is going on in the States.
You make it a big deal. Like, I just look at the information, and you make me feel
Ernest,
bad
are you a
about it.
politician or something? That sounded like a political speech.
I liked it, though.
School must have been crazy way back when they had Roman numerals. That must have been insane with long division. Chuck, Andrew from there, can always depend on Andrew for the
I
crazy
used to have to
comments.
do long division.
Chuck Rumford is watching. I owe Sallie a quarter. Sorry to say it. Why, Joe Stats? Did you look it up?
He stopped watching Fox News and looked at
Ernest, Ernest's lifetime is in Massachusetts. Big Papi is retired. Yes, we know Big Papi's retired, but she still, loves him.
He was a good player.
Jeffrey Stone is watching.
Yeah, I
Thank
watched
you,
the Red
Jeffrey.
Sox during like the their
their rain.
Yeah, so it was fun. It was fun to watch. Because, coming from California, I mean, the fans of California for baseball, I mean, no one talks about baseball like they do
And that-
in New
see,
York
that- I-
or Massachusetts.
I just find that hard to believe, because how can it must be popular because there are 4 teams in the damn state.
No one really
4.
cares. No one is like, oh, are you a A's fan? Or, no one cares. Whereas, like, you go to, like football, for example. Like, when I lived in Colorado, their football
Yeah,
team,
they're big into sports there.
their football team, they lived and breathed it. Like, everything, it's the only thing that mattered. There was, like, I was there during, like, when John Elway was the quarterback, and on the radio, just not even to, like, make fun, there'd just be, like, Johnny Elway songs. Johnny Elway. And, like, it was, like, the craziest thing. Like, what is with this state? Like, everyone's
So
like, what do you mean? You don't love that song?
So Ken Pichel lived there, because he writes all the parodies.
But anyway, yeah, so I don't think California really even...
Yeah, but there has to be. I mean, there must be interest because again, they're housing 4 teams, so people, and they've been there for a long time. People are paying it and supporting it.
They watch. I'm not saying that they don't watch it, but they're not. There's not that excitement that you see
They're too busy being hippies out there.
in, like, like the Patriots in Massachusetts. Like, if they lose a game, which, let's face it, not a lot,
They will now.
you get on the train to go into Boston, and the train is, like, silent. Everyone's, like, in a bad mood.
Yeah, because we don't have that in New York.
Well, everyone's in a
but-
bad mood in New York, depending on.
That's not true.
Oh, yes, it is.
But that's the point. They're dedicated to their team. You don't get the energy and the magic anywhere that you have here.
No, I like it. It's
You
good.
go on
It's fun.
you getting on a train to go to a sporting event or even a concert, and everybody's into
Everyone's
it.
wearing their
Electric.
jerseys.
Everybody's wearing their jerseys.
It's fun. I like it. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying that there are other
Everybody's
states that
wearing their
don't
Govs
care.
Radio T-shirts.
What
Please.
do I have on the back?
Red.
No rhyme, no reason, or is it nothing?
No. Keep looking. It's there.
You're lying.
I am lying. Ernest is not a politician. He says.
He's
Not
just
a
good
political
guy
person.
who wants everyone to get along. I agree.
Sounds good. All right. Moving along. I have two more topics to cover.
They're not big paragraphs, though, because I don't think we can bear you reading long paragraphs
Well,
anymore.
All right. Well, one I advertised.
Like, everyone at home is going, oh my God.
Is that right?
Yeah.
As compared to your. So let me tell you about insects again today.
Oh, I do have an insect story today.
Oh yeah, because that's not putting them to sleep.
At least I'm not reading it. Oh, and all right, let's see your stories.
No, go ahead. Go ahead with your exciting. It's Friday, baby. How are we going to celebrate? Let's talk about mosquitoes.
I want to hear about your story.
All right. Well, I do have a funny story, and then I do have when I was posting this morning about the show and the topics that were going to be covered. One of the things I mentioned was conversation starters, and their questions. I think we've done this a little bit before, but
Didn't I say that I would want, like, some notice on this?
sorry,
Is this your
boss.
list? Is this your list of conversation starters where I have to, like, come up with something on the fly?
Well, yeah, but
I'm gonna hate this.
We've done this before. I'd like to do it more in the future. I was just gonna ask 3 questions now and see what everybody says and see what you think. Didn't say I want notice. You weren't feeling well last night. I was, and then you slept late this morning. I thought, so one, I didn't have really much time to tell you because you slept late. 2, I almost thought I was gonna do the show myself today because I thought you were sick. And it's not like these are hard questions that you need, time to research. They're simple questions. They're conversational
Let's
starters.
see.
All right, fine. What is your favorite way to waste time? What is your favorite way to waste time? And I'm asking you guys too. Let's hear some comments.
Facebooking.
Facebooking
Watching like
porn,
like a series
a series,
on TV.
a World Series with the Red Sox. See, it all comes full circle. A series, all right. Well, I don't know. Those things wasting time. That's free time. That's relaxing time. Is that wasting
Well,
time?
what's wasting time? What do you like to do when you
Yeah,
waste
true.
time?
I guess. Yeah, is it really wasting time if it's something you like to do? Well, that's interesting.
Well, what's your answer?
Yeah, I guess the same thing, tooling around on the internet or listening to music. But again, I don't know if that's wasting time. To me, it's not a waste of time to me if I'm enjoying it. I don't know. What's your 5 favorite albums?
Wow. Okay. I I really like Piano Man.
The Piano
Is
Man
Piano
album by
Man where,
Billy
like,
Joel?
Stop in Nevada is.
Yes.
Okay, so I really like that album.
Captain Jack is on that album.
I like
Billy
that
the
album.
Kid, You're My Home.
I like Stranger. I know it's gonna be a lot of.
Oh,
Billy
they're all
Joel
Billy
stuff.
Joel's.
Yeah.
The Stranger,
and
okay.
and even though it probably wasn't as popular, I like Glass Houses too.
Glass House is very popular.
Well, when you like turn on the radio and you hear like Lena or something like that, you don't hear.
All right. Well, you may be right all the time. You hear It's Still Rock and Roll to me.
Yeah, I'm sick of those songs.
Yeah, me too.
What's like Sleeping with the Television On?
That's Glass Houses.
Yeah, I think it's a great album. I like Abbey Road a lot.
That's 4.
Stop Making Sense.
Oh, Talking Heads.
I think it's a. I like.
Oh.
Oh. Who's the guy
Oh, I know that guy.
with the dreads who dated the girl from Friends?
Lenny Kravitz?
White
David-
guy. White guy
A
dreads.
white guy with dreads?
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're
And
talking
the
about.
name of the album is actually the name of the group, I think.
Oh, Rusted Root.
Nope. No.
And he dated a girl from Friends?
He did a remake of this
Oh, Counting Crows.
Counting Crows. And it's like a I think it's like a reddish album. I think it actually is
August
just
and Everything After.
August and Everything After. That's probably do you like that album? I think it's one of the greatest albums.
I don't know if I'd list it on my top 6 like you just did, but it's a good album.
Yeah, I really love that album.
I saw them live once. They were good. Opening, I believe, for the Rolling Stones.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, that's probably it. I mean, God,
All
they're
right.
all old.
So the last conversational starter for
No,
today.
you do yours.
Do my what? Oh, my 5 favorite albums?
Yeah.
See, now I would need time to think about that.
Well, you don't have time.
I would put not Abbey Road, although I'm going to go with the White Album
Is that
instead.
the noisy one? That's
The
not,
noisy one? What do you mean the noisy one?
is the White Album the weird one?
Yeah, that's why I like it.
It's noisy.
It's not noisy.
It's really noisy.
It has everything. It has weird songs. It has rockers. It has nice slow love songs. It has everything, and that's why I pick it.
All right.
Plus, it's a double album, so I'm like cheating.
You just want a threesome.
I don't know how that worked. How that
Just having 2 albums at the same time.
Lindsey Buckingham, Out of the Cradle.
Really? Oh.
Out of the Cradle. Lindsey Buckingham, one of my favorite albums ever. Yeah, I would have to throw a Billy Joel album in there.
Which one?
Nylon Curtain.
Wow.
Tommy by The Who.
Oh, well, I'll let you know after the weekend.
That's 4. Yeah, you're going to listen to that for the first time this weekend. That's 4. So what would be 5?
And are you picking Tommy because it's really that fantastic? Which I've only heard like the first couple songs, and I'll agree with you. But is it the same thing where it's like an hour and a half, and that's why you like it?
No. No, when I first heard Tommy for the first time, I was like, oh my goodness.
Oh,
I was.
that first Crosby, Stills and Nash album.
Ooh,
That was
that's good.
like every time I hear that song, I think to myself, how in the world is that their first album?
What song are we? Sweet Judy Blue Eyes?
The Crosby, Stills.
Oh,
and Nash
you said the
first,
first time I heard that song. So.
the whole album.
Oh, the whole thing.
Like,
Oh.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, number 3 for you.
I just named 5.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Tommy,
Yeah.
Nylon Curtain.
Yeah.
The Noisy Beatles.
Yeah.
And you did 2 others? I was probably thinking something else at the time. I'm going to get another talking to. What are the other 2?
Lindsey Buckingham.
Oh, right. I did hear that. Well, okay, what's...
And then, I don't know, I was kind of agreeing with you on Crosby, Stills and Nash. I do love Crosby, Stills and Nash. Maybe I'll stick with that.
It's perfect. Yeah.
All right, so, Layla, Layla, another Assorted Love Songs album, that's really good. You know what's really sad to me, though, is I'm not picking anything, more recent.
I know, that's how I felt too, but we're old.
The Thorns, anybody know who the Thorns are? That was a great album. But even that was like 12 years ago or something.
Peter Gabriel's
So
was very good.
Sting, Soul Cage's album. Sting's first 4 solo albums are perfect. Perfect. Such great music. Tom Petty, Wildflowers.
You're gonna have to give Michael Jackson something because he must.
Well,
have
all
done
right, fine.
something.
Thriller, of course, Thriller. Tom Petty, Wildflowers, which is now coming. They're re-releasing it with bonus discs, added material.
The Rumors album. That was perfect.
That's good.
That was a really good album.
That's a great album.
Yeah.
The first 2 albums that Fleetwood Mac made with Stevie and Lindsey, those are just great albums.
What are people saying here? You get more comments than I do on my phone for some reason.
All right, let's go back.
Because you're friends with 1,000 million people, and I have my library friends.
Ernest says that what he said earlier about the schools and everybody passing information to each other, he said that earlier because he lost a cousin who died from COVID. My nephew's wife worked for a hospital and was diagnosed with COVID, but no symptoms, just needed to do 14-day quarantine. Sorry about your cousin.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people have passed. Joe Stas is playing poker. All right, good to know. If we're talking about insects, the other day I got up and went to go sit down on the toilet when all of a sudden a fly started buzzing around in my face. All of a sudden it flew up my ass, and for the rest of the day I was so upset I had a bug up my ass.
That's bad.
And your friender. Joe Stas wants to put a Kiss album on his list.
No.
The album that has Beth on it. Ernest says the Cars, the Ramones, the Who,
No.
Def Leppard, U2, and more. The
U2 Joshua Tree.
that's a good album.
Joshua Tree was perfect.
Tommy, can you hear me? Yep. Oh, the Eagles, says Joe Stas. Yeah. Def Leppard, I don't know. The Hysteria is a great album. They had some great albums in their early days, but I don't know. I don't know if I'd put them on my top 5. And honestly, I've lost respect for them because they just, after Hysteria, they've done nothing but sell out. Yeah. The Ramones, Eric loves the Ramones. The Cars, they were good. I don't know if I put them on the top 5, but they had
Just
some
the
good
album
tunes.
that when it's on, you're like, oh, I love this album. Like, it's got to be on that. It's got to
Yeah,
be that.
album as a whole. All right, so your
I
last.
take it back. This was fun.
Oh,
He
well,
can't ever be nice. He just has to be a dick. No matter what I say. If I complain, he's a dick. If I'm nice, he's a dick.
Okay. Sorry. So the third conversation starter. Who is your oldest friend, and where did you meet this person?
Well, go ahead. I'm sure you want to
What?
do your Joey Murphy, right? Or no? Probably Donahue.
Yeah, Bobby Donahue. Bobby Donahue, who's been on our show. It's been a while, but he's been on our show. We grew up next door to each other. He moved next door to me when we were both 2. We're the same age. We were born the same year. He was 2 when him and his family moved in, and we've been close friends ever since.
Mhm.
little, I think in our we lost touch in our late teens, and then we got in touch again and lost touch again in our mid 20s. But then, yeah, we've been back in touch for many years and close, just as close now as we've ever been.
And that was in Hicksville. We want to say Hicksville a lot. 'Cause
Hicksville.
I posted on a bit of Hicksville things today. Because I thought you were going to talk about Brian, and I thought,
Well, what Sally's talking about, Chris Thomas, who's part of our extended family here on the Knockem Comedy Radio Show, her brother Brian, who was one of my closest friends as well, he passed away. The 6th anniversary of his passing is tomorrow, depending on who you talk to, because some people
Well, he died
argue
around
it's tonight.
midnight.
Right, he died around midnight. So, but officially, on record, it's August 22nd. So that's what Sally keeps talking about.
Yeah.
One of my closest friends, one of the funniest people, truly an original guy. Nobody like him. I'll never know anybody like him again.
and he was kind of like our writer today. Like, he brings everyone together. Like, he was like someone who just like brought every group of person together. And
He, and it's actually stuff like this, where we've started doing this show at Govs Radio 2.5 years ago. It is times like this I get sad, because if he was around, he would be a huge part of this thing.
yeah,
He was a regular caller to Roger and JP. They have Roger and JP are two local DJs on a station called WBAB. Great guys. They're friends of ours. And they also stream a show down in Florida too, but I don't know that information where it's at. But he was a regular caller there. He called their show. He was friends of theirs.
Funny.
And yeah, just an outrageous guy.
the one thing that I like, that I think it was last year or the year before. I don't know. Was it? Yeah, like 2 years ago. So Chris, his sister, just knew like what a struggle. Like Brian had a great life, but sometimes it was like a little difficult because he had trouble in school as far as like studying and stuff, and it was always kind of like, just like that guy that like just barely made it into things. But he, like, as an adult, he made a difference in so many people's lives. Like he would at his wake, all these foundations that he was a part of and started, and would boost people into the enthusiasm of helping different organizations of kids and stuff. And so Chris was like, why do all these students that get A's, why are they the only ones that get the scholarships? What about like the kid who tries probably harder than the A student and just like barely gets a B or a C, but is like such a good person? So she started a scholarship
At Hicksville High School.
at Hicksville High School and she went into like the guidance council. She's like, you gotta pick a kid that's like Brian, and she did. And like the first year, like just to show you how well, they're like, oh, we know the kid, biggest heart in the world, tries so hard, messes up all the time. And so they awarded, I don't know how much this scholarship was for, but at the award ceremony, he was the kid who forgot and didn't show up. And so Chris had to like drive to the kid's house with the check, and he was like, thanks so much, I didn't make it. She's like, I know, do great things one day.
Joe Staz, he says that his longest friend is Larry Romano, who was Richie on King of Queens.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Still friends for 43 years. Wow, that's cool.
Mine was Terry Frattini.
Terry Frattini.
Yep, we were friends from like probably kindergarten up, and we kept in touch like here and there, and we lost touch for a while. She moved down to I was out in California. She moved down to we met in Hicksville. She moved down to North Carolina. I didn't even know this, and I have an older sister, Lori, who's 7 years older than I am, and she has 3 children. And when they were in their teens, she decided she wanted to foster care 2 other teenage boys. And it was difficult. It was really difficult. She took 2 really hard cases, and there was problems at first. They were like stealing, cell phones out of neighborhood cars and stuff. And it really took a while to like get these kids, they were stealing food because they were in so many foster homes that they were hungry. Like when you have like a whole bunch of foster kids in your house, and the older kids are stealing food from the younger kids. I mean, shit happens, man. So something happened where like the police were called, and so Lori opens up the door, and there stands Terry Fertini. And Terry Fertini, she's like, Terry? She's like, Lori, aren't you Sally's little sister or older sister? And it turned out that that Terry, moved down to North Carolina. She became a lieutenant in the police force, and it was all about kids. She just helped so much, and just it was just kind of like a weird feeling. Like no matter where you go in life, like there's Terry Fertini helping you out. It's cool.
No matter where you go in life.
Wherever you go in life,
Terry's there.
There's Terry.
All right. So there you go. Those are our 3 conversational starters. We'll do more. Maybe we'll do that every Friday. Friday conversational starters. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that. That'll be fun. All right. So I have one more item. It is getting late, so I have one more item, and we'll get out of here. I do want to apologize though, because I know you had something.
No, I don't care. I just have like a list of stuff that like if it gets to the point where, because it's difficult right now with like no phone calls coming in and no guests, so like I'll have a list of things.
Here's the Friday cliffhanger for you. On Monday, Sallie has something about mosquitoes. Whoa! Hold on. I hope you can wait. These few, throughout the whole weekend.
If you're part of my Nerds R Us group, you'll really enjoy it.
All right, so here's the last item I have, and then we'll get out of here.
You've probably already heard about it.
So, I think I mentioned it quickly yesterday, but I didn't have the photos, but I have them now. There was a story the other day, 2-3 days ago, here on Long Island at a town called Medford, which is about 35 minutes east of us. It's, towards the east end of Long Island. There's a story about a car. The story says the car went out of control, and the guy hit a house. And then the guy got out of the car, he ran away, and they eventually found him and all that stuff. But it just seemed like any, normal car crash, guy gets arrested story for leaving the scene of an accident. Until you see the picture, okay? And I'm going to show that to you. Check this out.
Oh.
So this to me is a little more than spinning out of control. I mean, what is this? Doc Brown's DeLorean that had rockets. Like how the hell did it just go out of control and then fly into the air and hit the second floor of a house?
Well, I wonder if it like hit something and went like up a ramp.
Well, it must have, but it didn't.
Yeah.
It just you don't see that in the picture, and it didn't say that in the article. So I thought that was funny. And
Maybe it came off a cliff.
Right, because in Medford, Long Island,
Oh
there's...
yeah, we're not in Colorado anymore.
So it just got me thinking, what other weird accidents have happened out there in this world? So
you researched.
I did research. I found just a handful of funny pictures
Nice.
of what looked like funny accidents, or just weird accidents. So here's another one.
All right. Well, people are being tidy. And
Maybe
put the car away. So what
they
is
were
that?
just throwing that car out. I don't know. What do you mean? It's in a dumpster.
Yeah, but you don't have any information.
I have no information on any of these
Oh,
photos.
all right.
I don't have any information on any of these photos. Well, the info I'll give you on this photo is that both of these people are jackasses. Obviously,
There was a fight.
yeah,
Who got to
obviously
go first?
they were fighting over who was going to go through this thing first, right?
What kind of car is that? That's a Honda, so
What kind of car is it?
I don't know. Jackasses.
A Nissan, maybe?
Yeah.
Here's one with where a poor policeman,
Oh.
he wasn't looking. Check that out. He must have been looking back. He probably saw a hottie walking down the sidewalk, and he figured, oh, boom, right into the payphone. And this won't happen anymore because payphones are being phased out. And I think, yeah. So here's my last one. This isn't really a funny accident. It's a funny accident that's about to happen, and it's pretty shitty.
Yeah, I've actually seen that.
And this literally is shitty. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. Definitely a
it's
shitty day.
convertible.
Definitely a shitty day for that lady. Yeah. So there you go. So I just thought that was funny. So
Yeah, that was cool.
I thought I'd share those photos with you. So there you go. That's our show for today. It's time for us to head on out of here. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. We hope you have a great weekend. Couple of quick Govs Radio announcements. Our apologies yesterday. We showed
What
you.
did you do?
We showed you Chef Felix, COVID-19 Iron Chef. He came on at 1:30 as planned, but then immediately after we announced that he was going to do another show yesterday afternoon. But then Felix, it turned out he wasn't feeling well, so the show didn't happen. He is going to be on today at 1:30, I believe.
Yes, 1:30.
He's doing it today at 1:30. So if you want to stick around for another hour or so, or come back to govsradio.com in about a little over an hour, you'll see Felix. He's got ingredients. He's got food. He's going to do some cooking.
Got ingredients.
He's got ingredients. He's got.
Felix is going to be like, please don't advertise my show. He's got ingredients.
He's got food and he's got fire. So get ready for Felix.
And he makes somehow all of those things like taste like really good food.
COVID-19 Iron Chef Friday edition of with Felix at 1:30. Is there domestic disturbance tonight?
Probably.
Well, yeah, right. The clubs are closing again,
Yeah.
so they're probably on. Carla, Mike, and Tim, domestic disturbance tonight at 9. I don't know if there's Cars and Comedy with Tom Galati tomorrow. I don't think he's been doing them.
Okay.
But there is Put Up, Shut Up, and Stand Up tomorrow night. Pasusu with Don Sill, Benny Rizzuti, Ken Pichel, and the Plajanos, Jeff Bosey, and who knows who else. All sorts of great guests. Have you been watching them lately? Like that interview he did with comedian Tom Dreesen a couple weeks ago? Fantastic.
Yeah, that was a good interview.
Check out Pasusu tomorrow night at 7 with Don Sill. Always a great show. And that's it for the weekend, I believe. And then Sallie and I are back here on Monday at 11 a.m. Hopefully we'll be back at the studio.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
Without the technology, but at least back in the studio where we belong. Everybody have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out with us. Again, share the shows, spread the love. Tell everybody you know about govsradio.com and the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. Sallie and I will see you Monday. Everybody have a great weekend. Take care.